Hey guys, Jonah here, back once again for a beer review. Yeah, we're doing something that I really like, and this is a proper version. So this is Köstritzer Schwarzbier. Um, it's made, well, I'm not sure if it's made by, but there's definitely a connection in the beer history here with another German brewery, Bitburger. And this is apparently the most brewed, or one of the most brewed Schwarzbiers um, in the world. Well, in Germany especially. Um, let's have a look on the back, or if it's going to say any info. Is it in German? That's what I want to know. Oh, damn it. It's still focusing on my arm and my face. Oh, it's just telling me roughly what the ingredients are, but that's probably going to be in. Oh, it's got an English in there too. It's going to be Reinheitsgebot, but I would imagine. But there we go. Schwarzbier. Trying to find out how strong it is. I think it's around 4.5, something like that. Is it on here? Look, it's got a neck chief as well. I think that's fabulous. Um, Yeah, I might have to look it up. And we've got the Costa Rica Schwarzbier. And the brewery is absolutely brilliant because it's described as Köstritzer Schwarzbierbrauerei, Bruggery, all of that stuff. Very, very cool. But yeah, this is one of the beers that I love, the styles of beer that I love. It's got that real kind of spicy thing going on. It's a dark beer. It's a dark lager, you could say. Very, very interesting. And, you know, some of these beers are proper dark. There we go. Boom. There we go. There's the beer. Oh, let's put that a bit more like that because it's got a lovely neck chief. And there we go. And for the sharp-eyed people among you, you might have noticed that I've had a bit of a cut of the old barnet and it went down the sides into the old beard. So the beard's kind of, yeah, going back. It was proper bush, and now, well, it's still a proper bush. Look at that. But and look at the blooming wings. Look how long they are. A good inch and a half, 2 inch of moustache wing. And I've only got myself to blame because I did it 100% myself in the mirror. So I tried my best. Not too bad, is it? I might hack it back a bit more because I'm getting a bit annoyed with this bit now. What can you do? Anyway, here is the beer. We got half a finger, maybe going on a quarter of fast disappearing head. Lovely kind of colour, off-white. That's a sort of cream, maybe even slightly darker than a kind of cream head. The beer itself is not quite black, probably looks black on the screen, but you do the old trick by looking down the bottom. It's definitely really, really dark red. Um, let's see what we get. Sweetness, maltiness, hints of toffee, caramel, maybe a touch of raisin. This is probably going to be one of those Christmassy cake type beers. Um, I love these style beers. Let's dive in. If you're new to the channel, why not think about subscribing and click like and all that kind of stuff. It does help me out. So if you could do that, thank you very much in advance. And if you can't be asked or bothered or whatever, hopefully you'll enjoy the video anyway. Cheers and beers. Lovely. Actually, it's a lot smoother, this version. I'm pretty sure that I've drunk this before, but apparently, according to Untapped, I haven't reviewed it, and I definitely haven't reviewed it on YouTube. But yeah, nice smoothness. I thought it was going to be a bit more kind of dark on the taste. That makes sense, but it's really smooth, really nice. It has been in the fridge though, so I'm going to have to pick apart a little bit. Tell you what's nice though, yeah, there's not a high level of hopping. So sometimes German beers, German lagers sometimes can put lots of hops in, um, and they taste more like a gold nail kind of style. Um, but this, they've backed off a little bit. So nice, mellow, neutral, nicely balanced, not too dark with regards to things like astringency, really lovely and smooth. And we even have a nice tide line or a lacing line, should we call it, on the glass, which is always nice to see with something that is essentially a type of lager, really. Oh. Okay, so there is a touch of bitterness up front, and it's enough bitterness to kind of get the palate kind of cleaning itself, which is, in my estimation, very underrated. Um, because the modern style is basically about cramming as many hops and making it as dank as possible and all that kind of stuff. Whereas some of the more traditional styles and German styles are definitely a style unto themselves. Um, Sometimes people overlook what they are trying to achieve with their beers, especially people that are really into their craft beer. They will only see through the craft lens. And I guess I'm a bit guilty of that from the other side of things, is looking and through the camera lens. That actually worked out better as an analogy. Pardon me. Wow, I thought that belch was coming halfway through analogy. That would have been crazy. Um, yeah, I'm kind of more getting into. Maybe I'm getting better, but yeah, I was kind of shying away from the kind of craft beers. The only problem I have with craft beers now is everyone is doing session IPA, which is just ridiculous, or really hoppy, hazy pale ales and things like that, or hazy IPA. They're all they're all basically the same. The tastes are different, but the beers are very, very similar. Um, and it's yeah, it just is nice to have dark beers like this, but also nice to have some old school kind of lagers, bitters especially, which is my kind of bread and butter where I came from. So I'm really thankful that I'm drinking this. Um, I've got another beer in the fridge, and my God, I cannot believe that I haven't reviewed it because it's available everywhere. It's a German beer, but you'll see that one in an upcoming review, probably the next review I do. Um, but this is just bizarre. It's dark, obviously, really black and dark. It's kind of like more like a mild. So it's mild taste, mild flavors, but not super astringent. And the hopping, like I say, is very light as well. So this is very, very dark lager. You can, when you drink there, if you put a blindfold on and drunk that, you'd be like, yeah, I'd say that's just a lager. Interesting. Okay, slightly stronger flavors as usual with the last sip of the glass, because things particulates, especially if things have been stored for a while, tend to fall down. Bit more bitterness actually. So whereas my initial taste from this beer was a bit more kind of malty, but not as malty as I thought. I thought I was going to get all that biscuit, all that cake, all that kind of stuff that you expect sometimes from darker beers. Not a sausage. But as I get down to the right to the bottom, things are kind of bittering up a little bit. This is not a bitter beer by any means. It's not a bitter beer, even for a lager. But that last sip gave me the hint of more bitter stuff. Look at the lacing. 3 sips. Started here, second sip, third sip. Boom! And as always, there's a tiny bit left at the bottom of the glass. Dear viewer, I'm going to be away for a few days. I might sneak another beer in for tomorrow, but I'm going to Gads for their winter beer festival, which is tomorrow. So anyone going down that way, I will see you there. There's a few people from the tasting panel going to be there, and we might even sneak a tasting in, perhaps. See how we go. But after that, I'm actually going on holiday. Going down to, even though I live by the sea, I'm going down to the south coast. Going to work our way along the south coast. Might even meet up with my sister. Haven't kind of planned how things are going to go yet. But yeah, probably not going to be doing that many reviews. However, as it's a new month, I'm probably going to be putting my reviews onto Untapped and leave them unrecorded. But you never know, I might try and do a sneaky one here or there. We'll see how busy it is. So don't miss me, but probably not going to do that many actual beer uploads. So don't panic if you don't see where I've gone. Anyway, like I say, hit me up on Untapped if you want to follow my escapades. And there will be more beer reviews, and they will be coming up real soon.